I'm gonna pull tarot cards for what I need to hear right now or what my next step should be. I don't know if anyone's seen any of my previous videos, but I'm basically in a period of time in my life right now where I've learned that I've mastered comfort and survival. I've done a lot of inner work and a lot of emotional processing, and I want to learn how to manifest my dream reality because the relationships and the jobs and the things I've been attracting out of comfort and survival, the things that I'm used to, are not fulfilling me anymore. I'm bored of them. But I don't know, I'm still learning how to bridge the gap between comfort and survival and then love and abundance. Not sure how to get there yet. So that's kind of like where I am. I'm going to be using the Reflective Tarot deck. This is a very beautiful deck. It's very simple. Even reading some of the descriptions of the cards, it's a very like straightforward deck, but like the design is very shimmery and pretty. Is this backwards? I don't know. I got this yesterday with my friend when we were thrifting, and she pulled. I was driving her around in my car, and I said, "Hey, can you pull a tarot card for me? I want you to be the first one to touch the deck and like bless it, and I want you to pull a card for me." And she pulled the Queen of Cups randomly, and that was so I love that. I love the Queen of Cups. That was just a beautiful moment. So this deck, I feel like this deck has positive energy, and it's gonna be helpful. So like, what do I really want to ask? I don't want to say I'm not a tarot person. I watch way more tarot than I do. This is the only tarot deck I have right now. I had like 10 decks before, and I gave them all away to Goodwill because I had a mental breakdown. I don't want to say I had a mental breakdown. I was just done with tarot for a while, which is fine. But yeah. I'm gonna shuffle. These are very hard to shuffle because they're very new. I don't really know what I should ask. Okay, that should be good. Okay, what am I gonna ask? I want to ask, what should my next steps be? I feel like that's kind of like, I don't know if I have more emotional work to do before I figure out exactly what my next step should be. But also ask, what should my next steps be? Do you guys count cards that just like flip over but don't like... I guess these are relevant, so I'll take them. I want them to fall out though. That feels more like authentic. Ooh, she's flying. I wonder how loud this is. Okay, what should my next steps be? Okay. Bottom of the deck. 10 of Wands. That is me. I am the 10 of Wands right now. I'm carrying so much. Yeah. I've been processing so much, and I feel like I'm holding so much. I don't know what to do though. Like, I'm just holding it. I don't know what to do. So tell me what to do. Okay, the Hierophant came out like sideways, so I'll leave that in case there's any... Ooh. Okay. So I have the Ace of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. The Hierophant on its side, and then the 9 of Cups upright. This is so funny. Okay, this is so me. So the bottom of the deck is... That's funny, and the 6 of Wands. So the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands. And then the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Cups kind of flipped out first. Like, these were the two cards out first. I feel like this is me. I can't tell if this is backwards or not, but I've been the 10 of Wands. Like, I feel like I've been holding a lot. I've been holding the fact that I don't really have support. I don't really have love externally being shown to me. I have all of this like emotional baggage and all of this like weight from my past, and I keep like running into these relationships that make me feel, that just remind me that I'm not receiving in the way I'd like to receive. So I feel like I've just been carrying a lot and processing a lot. And then recently, because of that realization that I wasn't fulfilled in my life, I went through an Ace of Cups. Is this gonna focus? Look how pretty these are. I went through like an Ace of Cups moment where I had this huge emotional breakthrough that in order for me to feel successful and like I'm fulfilled, it doesn't really have to do with money. It doesn't really have to do with the material things I have in my life. It has to do with the fact that I feel like I'm emotionally fulfilled, like I'm connected to someone or people or something bigger than myself. Like I have a community, like I have a family. That to me is what abundance is, and that is the life I want to manifest. Like I want to feel connected. That's what it is. Because I'm not connected. I'm very fragmented right now. I'm fragmented from my family. My family only accepts like half of me or some of me. I feel like I'm always having to like hide certain parts of myself, and I don't just feel like I have a place where I belong and where I'm really receiving love and support from people. And so yeah, I feel like this is me right now. Like I've been carrying all of this, I've been processing all of it, I've been feeling it for a long time that I just don't have the love and the support I want and deserve. And then I'm not connected to anyone or any group. And then I had that emotional breakthrough. I've processed it, I purged it, and now I've realized that abundance to me is connection and feeling useful and feeling like I belong. And then this came out, and this is very funny. This is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is about taking action, taking creative action, putting yourself out there, showing yourself, showing what you got. And I've been telling myself, Abigail, you can't take action because you don't know what you want to do. Like you don't know this job is going to make you feel like how it's always made you feel when you've worked, that you're just doing something that's a waste of time just to make money. You shouldn't take action because you don't know how it's going to turn out. Like I just have been having all of these fears and doubts. So this is very, very reassuring that I should just take creative and passionate action, like show myself, show what I can do, show my uniqueness, share my talents, put myself out there. And what came out after it, so this is confirmation that I don't need to wait. Like it's not about waiting for the right time. It's not about waiting for the right time. It's not about feeling completely secure. It's not about any of that, the logistics. It's about the fact that I realize that I'm not happy continuing on in life, disconnected from my purpose, from my passions, from a group of people that supports and loves me, from a partner that supports and loves me. It's a waste of time to keep doing anything but that. So why not like just put yourself out there and try, you know? And I feel like this is what it's telling me, that I need to stop like logisticizing everything and like not taking action because I'm scared. The Five of Swords came out. Right when I saw this, I knew it was going to be my family, because I've already told some of my family members I want to move to Arizona, and that it's some of my family members already know that I'm trying to sell some of my artwork, which I've already sold some of it, so I'm not really trying to sell it. One and the same. So I know that the Five of Swords, I just know it's going to be the doubt and criticism of my family, which has already kind of started happening because I've already kind of been detaching from my family and not like showing up as much. Put yourself out there and there's going to be discourse and conflict because of it, which is fine. It's always been that way. Anytime I show myself or put myself out there, there's discourse, criticism, and conflict. I think the Hierophant sideways, it came out like this. I feel like the way that it came out, I know that cards kind of have a different meaning when they're sideways or reversed or whatever, but the fact that it's like this whole thing has kind of been like a series of progressions, like literally what's happening. I feel like the Knight of Wands is what I need to do, and then this is what's gonna happen after I do it, or alongside me doing it, which I can't let it thwart me from doing it. The Hierophant is like pointing, almost, it looked like it was pointing to the Nine of Cups, which Nine of Cups is literally like wish fulfillment, right? Like it's when you have everything you need and everything you want, you got it. Or you're on the way to get that, like you're manifesting it. The Hierophant kind of like pointing to the Nine of Cups after the Five of Swords, and then like the Five of Swords being a consequence, I guess, of putting myself out there, is like you need to, it feels like it's saying you need to use the knowledge and the courage that you have to put yourself out there and get through people's criticisms or withstand people's criticisms to reach your place of abundance, to manifest. Like, this is literally telling me how to manifest. This is what I've been asking. Like, what do I do to manifest my dream reality? You have to put yourself out there. You have to take action and charge forward, regardless of the logistics or your fears. Ooh. I know the Hierophant is about religion too, and like traditions, and my family is very religious and is like holds on to traditions, not even just like religious traditions, but also like just kind of traditional thinking, like, oh, you need a college career and you need to do this and that to be successful, and this is the way things end, and you need to marry a man and have kids and all of those things, just like traditional beliefs. I feel like it's saying that, like, how was it? It was this. I feel like this is backwards, but it's saying like the lashback I'm going to be getting after I start putting myself out there and wanting to move and expand out on my own and do what I want to do is like people are going to be placing doubts in my mind or trying to place doubts in my energy about things pertaining to traditional ways of being and living your life. Like, this seems like me trying to be non-conventional, like pursuing my passions and creativity and taking risks. And I feel like the lashback my family's going to give me is going to have to do with like religion and traditions, which makes a lot of sense. But it's pointing to abundance. And then the Six of Wands is also out there, which is about recognition and like dignity and like moving forward with dignity and knowing that you've done a good job, even if everyone doesn't support you. Like, it's a job well done. Or like I feel like this fits into, like, this is me. I can see this being me after I continue to pursue my own path and my own happiness, regardless of my family's doubts or their desires for me to follow a traditional path. And the stars under that, aw. Yeah. I'm going to ask one thing about this, because this is what I asked, like, what do I need to do next? Like, this is definitely me currently holding the baggage, processing the emotions, and realizing what abundance is for me. This was the only card that really comes out about me taking action or like what I should do. So I'm going to get some more clarifying cards on that. But this is really cool. I'm going to take a picture of this spread because it's really beautiful. Let me take a picture. Okay. What clarifiers can you... Wait, is this upside down? Clarify the Knight of Wands in terms of me taking action or what I should do next for the Knight of Wands. Ooh, that was a lot. I'm scared. Bottom of the deck is Five of Wands. Like, there's going to be discourse and upset about this. Shocking. I just dropped all of them. Aww. The King and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. And the King of Wands. Whoa. Okay. So I asked to clarify the Knight of Wands in terms of what the universe wants me to do next. And the King and Queen of Pentacles came out. And the King of Wands. that's really interesting. I don't know why, but when this many like court cards come out, like king and queen, like I feel like this is less about an energy and more about like people. Like this feels like support and help. So is this saying that like I'm going to receive support and help along the way of taking action on my spiritual journey or me manifesting my dream life? I feel like this is what that's saying. I'll have to meditate on this one more, but King and Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands. I hope that's what it means. I feel like I'm going to be receiving help and support financially or materially and like creatively for me taking action. Like I'm not going to be alone. Aw. I love this. I knew this deck was positive. Outside of the Five of Wands, so the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands both being out here means that like my family's gonna react to me doing this and me wanting to move, which is fine. It's my whole life. But the Four of Wands and the World are after too. Which means this is gonna be like a cycle ending and a new beginning, but it's gonna be like contentment and happiness and celebration. I don't know why, you guys, if anyone's watching this and you know tarot or you have any thoughts, it could just be because I didn't shuffle enough, but I'm gonna say that I feel like the fact that there are this many, like 2 kings and a queen out here, I feel like this means I'm gonna be getting help. The Knight of Wands, I'm gonna be getting help as I pursue passion and creativity. I do want to ask, oops, keep dropping these cards. I do want to ask, because I have a lot of fear about taking action and it being the wrong action, again, because, you know, it's difficult to do things alone, and there's just all kinds of insecurities and fears, like financially or emotionally, about doing things that are non-conventional or doing things differently than you've always done, doing things not out of comfort and survival. So I'm gonna ask, how do I deal with the fears that come up with doing this? How am I gonna deal with the fears? How do I overcome the fears and blockages of pursuing a non-conventional path and pursuing things that emotionally fulfill me? Okay. The High Priestess. You know, that makes a lot of sense. That does make a lot of sense. Aw, I love this deck so much. This reading is so sweet. This is so nice. Wow. Wow. Okay, so my question was, how do I overcome fears and obstacles about taking this non-conventional path? High Priestess comes out. Obviously, I need to reflect on those fears and process them and understand what's behind them. And the Knight of Pentacles comes out. As well as the Magician, meaning I have to kind of learn to carve my own way, but I can also do it in a way where I'm still grounded. I'm not being like impulsive and crazy. I can still be discerning. I can still be grounded, at peace, present. I can make small movements forward. I don't have to do everything all at once. I think the Knight of Pentacles energy is important, but so is the Knight of Wands. Like, I don't think the Knight of Wands means you just throw your hands up in the air and don't consider the outcomes of anything. I think it means that you embody your passions and you embody your desires. You don't just keep thinking about them. You don't just keep hoping and saying like, oh, how do I manifest? Like I kept doing. So I think this combo being together is really important. And the Seven of Pentacles, I want the Seven of Pentacles clarified. And the Lovers was at the bottom, you guys. I feel like I'm going to receive so much support for doing this. Like, even though there's going to be conflict from my family, I feel like so much support coming with all of the court cards and then the Lovers. So I'm going to be supported while I do this, what is the Seven of Pentacles? Seven of Pentacles is like pondering. Okay, so I think it's telling me I can take forward action with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, and that I don't need to keep pondering and weighing everything up. Like, I kind of already know. Like, I think the Magician, oh my gosh, the Magician and the High Priestess together, 1 and 2, it's kind of like, I know what I don't want. I know what I do want. I know what it feels like. I know what I don't want. I know how the life that I have right now feels like, and I don't want that. And I know how the life that I do want feels like on the inside, because I've done the work on myself. And so I can take the initiative to act. Like, I don't have to have all of the logistics figured out, and I don't have to be perfect, but I can act, and I deserve to act for myself. So I'm not just sitting here stagnant and pondering and like carrying all of these burdens and not acting and releasing things and stuff like that. So I think it's telling me to stop pondering and to start acting in a way that shows that I'm powerful, that I'm passionate, that I actually want to prove through discipline and action that I want to bring the life that I've envisioned into reality. And that I'm going to be really supported while doing so, even if I get some criticisms from my family. This was such a sweet reading. This was so reassuring. What the heck? I'm so happy. I'm going to meditate on this and write it out a little bit more.